Commission for Filipinos Overseas or CFO Officer in Charge Undersecretary Abdul Ghani Makatoman aspires to strengthen efforts to protect overseas Filipino workers or OFWs' welfare. Cited as one of Marcos administration's top priority, CFO OIC Undersecretary Makatoman vowed to institute better efforts to address OFWs' concerns and complaints, additionally enhancing the conduct of pre-departure seminar for OFWs. In other developments, Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD Secretary Erwin Tulfo led the mandatory random drug testing for DSWD officials and employees. This is in line with the continuous commitment of the agency to implement a drug-free workplace policy to uphold the safety and productivity of its officials and employees. Citing an example, DSWD Secretary Tulfo heeded the call to keep DSWD workforce from the harms and risks of substance in DSWD Central Office on December 12 and 13. The department emphasized that the regular drug testing program aims to safeguard DSWD employees from the ill effects of drug abuse, hence promoting a productive workplace and yielding better outputs. On the other hand, the Department of Social Welfare and Development in the Davao Region, or DSWD-11, has distinguished 332,300 households in the area as poor. The evaluation came after DSWD-11 launched the Listahanan, also known as the National Household Targeting System for Poverty Reduction, or NHTSPR, for the region. Government agencies and organizations that provide social protection services and programs use the database for impoverished households. Meanwhile, Pag-ibig Fund has launched a virtual mobile application that aims to make its services accessible to its members. Through Pag-ibig Fund's innovative mobile apps, it aims to continuously fulfill its objective to provide secure savings programs and affordable housing loans for Filipinos. Pag-ibig members could get their membership ID number, monitor their housing or short-term loan, and make online payments. Members can download the mobile app through Apple Store and Google Play. Onto a separate report, Philippine Coast Guard or PCG has intensified its safety measures and alert to ensure sea vessels are in good condition amidst the expected arrival of passengers during the holiday season. PCG Commandant Admiral Artemio Abu stated that K9 teams have been deployed to inspect baggage and tasked its personnel to monitor seaports and follow travel regulations to guarantee safety and security. The said heightened safety measures are expected to prolong until January 7, 2023. For lower house updates, the House panel approved to suspend the use of mother tongue for primary schools, referring to kindergarten until grade 3 students, seeing that it might be incomprehensible for young learners since schools lack on learning materials. Despite the intent to provide quality education, schools are still ill-equipped to obtain the objective and do not have sufficient teaching and learning materials to understand the said language. Consequently, House of Representatives adopted a bill that would have given state-run banks on its third and final reading more power to aid medium and small enterprises or MSMEs affected by the pandemic, including giving two of them at least 107.5 billion pesos more capital. The bill requires the Development Bank of the Philippines and the Land Bank of the Philippines to broaden their financial support programs to MSMEs operating in the manufacturing, service, and/or infrastructure sectors, as well as to provide loans to local government entities. The National Citizen Service Training Program Act was approved on third and final reading by the House of Representatives. Max Legaspi fills us in with the details.
The National Citizen Service Training Program, or NCSTP Act, which critics have called a revamp of the Reserve Officers Training Corps or ROTC program, was approved on the third and final reading by the House of Representatives. The NCSTP Act was passed by a vote of 276-4-1. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. had previously recognized the bill as urgent along with the controversial Maharlika Investment Fund bill. This implies that undergraduate students in both public and private higher education institutions, technical, vocational, educational, and training programs, and TESDA courses will be required to complete a 2-year NCSTP program. The program will be implemented by CHED and TESDA with guidance from the Department of National Defense. Those who successfully complete the program will be enrolled in the National Service Reserve Corps or NCRC and the AFP Reserve Force. For Golden Nation Network, this is Max Legaspi.
Up next, a news force. Pasig LGU announces road closure to give way to Pasko Tita float. Boracay records 4,000 tourist arrival per day. Mayor Bautista ensures safety of visitors. Ride-hailing giant expands its fleet at NAIA for holidays. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.